sadness, disappointment, anger. Despite all of this trip to Tawi-Tawi is one of the most memorable experiences I had in my entire life, and by far one of my most favorite trips. And yes, according to the clickbait, yes, it's very safe here.
Hundreds of islands, pristine beaches, and friendly people, in addition to an exotic culture. What else can you ask from Tawi-Tawi, the home of the Sama? Tawi-Tawi? Wait. Hey. Oh, hey, that's a dangerous place full of rebelling and kidnappings. There's been kidnappings of foreigners there before. And this place no tourists. And it's just 100 kilometers away from Sulu. We knew tourists all over the place. Oh my god, man, how can you go to such a dangerous place? Shut up. Yes, visiting the home of the Sama has been a life-changing moment for me. It's one of the most unique cultural experiences in Philippines by far, and despite not initially being part of the plan, I actually got to stay over at the house of a local, well-regarded guy. And yet, most people are unaware of the gem that Tawi-Tawi is, simply because, just like Zamboanga, it's riddled with undeserved stigma. But this one is many times worse. Again, I want to disprove such stigma, simply because it bothers me that millions have such a closed mind about this place. The province has for many years attempted to promote itself as a tourist destination. And yes, the numbers of visitors are indeed growing, but still the numbers is very low. Honestly, I believe this could be the top tourist destination of the country in the future. I mean, over 300 islands, that's a crazy number. As I mentioned, I got to stay over at the local guide, and who might this guide be?
Maybe later?
Now,
No?
I'm having now. This is
Yes.
Ate Sidang. She is my,
My ate here in Tawi-Tawi.
yeah, my ate, technically. She let me live here, in this place here, which is actually a very nice house. Graduated with a bachelor in tourism, a famous traditional dancer, a teacher, and a housewife. She's everything. And the house is just a stroll from the airport in Sanga, which is quite convenient actually. And not only will she wash your clothes, but it will make sure that you're well fed every single day. She lives with her hilarious husband Kuya Laj and her 5 precious children. Hello. It's a lens. Hello.
Welcome to Tawi-Tawi. Hey, you can't picture someone's eating.
And even if she's a guide, she's usually at home tending the house and sending her children to school, while Kuya Laj do the touring most of the time. In addition, my visit to Tawi-Tawi is kind of a historical moment for the province, because so far I am apparently the youngest foreign tourist, and I'm also the first Norwegian to have ever set foot on the province. In addition, I'm actually the first foreign content creator to have ever visited Tawi-Tawi. You're kind of exception because you're half. Now, as I said in the beginning, I had some issues, right? I will discuss this further in another video, but so far, just know that because of my looks, I was not allowed to step outside the perimeter of the house without an armed escort. And to be quite honest, this was kind of problematic at times. Again, we will get more into this in another video. But this escort that usually went with me happens to be this lad, Kuya Joel, a long-time friend of Ate Sidang. And yes, this is kind of attire he wrote at any time he escorted me, because any terrorist will tremble in fear of his physique. He's a cool guy. At the time of my visit, by the way, there were 4 other visitors in Ate Sidang and Kuya Laj's house, which I kinda got to befriend. It was now time for me to go on my very first tour in Tawi-Tawi, and that will be to go to Bolobok Cave. I do not want to imply as if I am a very important person just because of my skin, but seriously, the amount of attention I got in this trip wasn't real, because of course I'm so handsome. But during this trip, or at any moment during my stay in this province whatsoever, I sensed no threat whatsoever. All eyes were on me, but they were eyes of awe and amazement, as if they had just witnessed a celebrity pass through the village on a motorbike. And naturally, that comes with friendly vibes. No, seriously, it's crazy. This kind of perception was just unreal for me. Our first stop was a coastal rock formation in Bolobok, with some sort of cave having the ocean flow through. It's a great spot for swimming, and the rock formation offers a great jumping spots. Just be careful, as the rocks are very sharp. Go through there. And I actually thought this was Bolobok Cave, so I wasn't so impressed at first, having high expectations. I should have brought GoPro. Oh no, my phone. Nah, just kidding.
I'll press it.
No, it's already pressed. Whoops. Okay. I'm soaking wet. Great. Because it's wet. I forgot to take it off earlier. Can you? Oi. Okay. You take me to hospital if I fall, okay? Just nearby, there's an almost perfectly round arc, which is an awesome Instagram spot in my opinion. And now for the actual Bolobok cave, which truly blew my mind. This is so cool. Oh, it's really big. Come on, it's bigger. It's more there. Whoa. And not just that, but we also got to see wild monkeys, which is an otherwise rare sight across the Philippines, but apparently not here. Apparently in here there's supposed to be another cave that is really big. Yeah, in here there's supposed to be a really long cave that takes an hour to pass through, but it's closed because I think it's a commercial cave and it's also risky. So not today. So right now we're going up Bud Bongao, which is a high peak that stands up around the island of Bongao. It's around 300 meters tall and it's also full of wild monkeys that we saw earlier. So we have brought banana to feed to the monkey and it's going to be really cool. Bud Bongao is probably the most notable landmark of Bongao, or actually in Tawi-Tawi to begin with, as it stands at 342 meters and can be seen from almost anywhere in the province, and it's also considered a sacred place by the locals. I actually had a lot of drone footage of Bud Bongao, but unfortunately it all got lost somehow. Don't ask me. However, I have some nice pictures though. They are the only ones that survived, unfortunately, but they're nice, right? As I said, it's considered sacred, so there's not so much trash here. So my idea is that they should just make every place in the Philippines sacred. Yes. Yeah. Malayo malapit. To the top.
To the
Top, malayo malapit.
malapit.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're just waiting for the others. The looks are deceiving, but this road is really steep. Oh. Whew. Very steep. Come on. Sige na. It is said that the more sinful you are, the more difficult it is to climb the mountains. And with 3,608 steps, that's not an easy task. I thought Philippines was like a lot of Philippines was small, but these steps are huge. Whew.
This is giant people.
Yeah, this is giant. This are giants. The macaques are not a too distant relative of the Casey Neistat genus.
Me, Homo Vloggers.
Yes.
I hope you recorded.
Yes.
Om nom nom nom. Kuha mo na isa.
Nom nom nom. Ikaw?
Okay, you got it.
All right. It is the home of dozens of crab-eating macaques, and because the peak is considered sacred, so are its inhabitants. That's why they're so abundant here. It is said that if you make a wish at the peak and it comes true, you must climb the peak again to give your gratitude, or else you will be smited from the heavens. It is apparently the final resting place of two descendants of a very, very important person in Tawi-Tawi's history. You will hear much more about this person in the coming videos. the peak, which is the public space, which is the tallest point you can get. There's a weather station,
Navy station.
Navy station over there. Look over there, but that's not permitted for us at least.
Hi.
Oh yeah.
Hi. I'm Filipino.
Oh yeah. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but right over there, this should be the outline of Malaysia, and that is actually the only place in the Philippines where you can see the territory of another country. Yeah, and also here you can actually see Sabah. So that's two places you can actually see of a foreign territory from the Philippines. So, that's the first of my Tawi-Tawi videos. Yes, I'm quite aware that the amount of events that happened in this first video is kind of lacking, but not much other than this actually happened that day. But believe me, as in the next video, we will go to one of the main attractions of Tawi-Tawi. So please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of the province. And as always, I see you in the next video.